You're an old boy like the rest of us. So talk a little bit about your upbringing and kind of, what helped you find, MMA. And I know you've got a bit of a wrestling and boxing background too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% country boy. My dad, my parents owned a small restoration business. I started working for my old man when I was too young to be working on a job site. That's for sure. You know what I mean? My dad was that guy. Like, he couldn't wait to get me out working. And I can think of even younger than that, you know what I mean? Like being out in the garage at 11 o'clock at night while he's working on something, holding a flashlight for him, getting yelled at, Like, my dad was that guy. Like, he was a stern, hardworking man. And, like, he instilled that into me at a super young age. And, at the time, I hated him for it. You know what I mean? Like, damn, my dad's a prick. But now looking back, I'm like, dude, he was trying to make me a man.
Yep, he was building a man.
Yeah, I'm running power tools. I'm 8 years old. My mom's freaking out. I was actually telling this story to somebody. Like, I remember we put a big addition on our house, and I was like 10 years old. Like, can you imagine? I'm not a big guy now, so like I was a little tiny 10-year-old, and I had a full sheet of sheetrock, and I'm on a ladder. I'm on a ladder holding it, right? And he can't find the screws that he needs. He can't find the drywall screws, and I'm like, Dad, I'm up there, I'm crying. I'm like, Dad, I'm going to drop this. I'm on the side. Don't you dare drop that fucking board. I swear to God. And I'm just like, I'm like panicking. You know what I mean? And I'm just shaking. I'm in that. And I'm trying to think. And my mom was like, I think you were like 10 years old when that happened. And I was like, man, I mean, I didn't have a choice. I was going to be a fighter. If I wasn't a fighter, I was going to be like a hard ass motherfucker. There's no getting around it.
Do you looking back at that and looking back at your dad's work, is there anything that you saw like him do in the restoration business where you were just like, man, that's cool, or that's badass, or like he's really skilled?
Honestly, my old man is the most talented person I've ever met in my life. I mean, the man can do everything. He started working, like when he was like 14. No parents, like he was making it on his own as a very, very, as a young kid. Like, he had a rough life, and he could do everything. I mean, there wasn't something he couldn't do. Like, we had a contract with the city of Grand Rapids where I'm from, and like engineers came to him with problems, and he was he was the guy. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it was like learning from him. Like, obviously, I can build a house like start to finish, really, like, honestly, like, I mean, I have a couple like Airbnbs that I do all the work. I've never hired anyone to do anything. Like, I've completely remodeled them. I did it all myself. And like, I think about how much money I saved and how much, and even like around my house.
So, I know you love the outdoors too. Was your dad a hunter and fisherman also?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I've always duck hunted, deer hunted. Growing up in Michigan, we did a lot of fishing. My dad loved river fishing. That was something that we did a ton growing up. I trout, steelhead, salmon fished pretty consistently like my whole life. I don't get out there as much as I used to, but man, the river is just, it's a surreal place for me. Like, that's like one of the happiest places, I could be outside of holding a shotgun, shooting ducks and geese.
Yeah.
That is the apex for me. Like, I mean, I've shot big game all over the place, but I don't know what it is about killing birds, but I love doing it. I'm a big waterfowl guy.
Yeah, it's fun. We've got a duck camp in Arkansas that we go to every January, and it's just something too about just getting in that blind and yeah, man, just hanging out with the boys and chit chatting and talking. We've had a couple fighters, come hunt with us. Hendo's came a couple of times.
Yeah, actually, I just I hunted with him in Northern California like a couple months ago.
That's awesome. Yeah,
great dude.
Yeah, Dan's really good people, and man, I think he loves hunting as much as he did fighting.
Yeah, I think he loves hunting more, honestly.
I would agree with you. Guys, thanks so much for watching the clips. If you would like, please subscribe. Also, if you'd like more clips like this, click here. Or if you'd like to enjoy this whole episode, click here.